Hey guys, it's Dr. Crypto Ian. I hope everybody is doing well. And in this video, I want to talk about the stock markets, the data, what's coming out today, which is going to be very, very important for the crypto market and the stock markets. This data coming out today could either pull us right down into the depths of absolutely despair, or it could actually really, really pump us back up towards the upside. But I will be also talking about Bitcoin and the crypto.com and also the Cronos chain as well, because we've got a lot of information which has come out of there. So before I start, hit that like button and give us a subscribe. Your support is always much appreciated. At the moment, we've seen a lot of tech stocks, the stock markets have absolutely been obliterated, all red. We've got a little bit of green on here at the moment because we know we've got a little bit of upside, obviously, because of in terms of the Ukraine and Russia, we got a bit of like potential there might be a ceasefire there. So we had a little bit of green towards the session yesterday, but towards the end of the day, we started to drop back down towards the downside. We're seeing in the crypto market, we're seeing fear at the moment. We did drop down to 20. We're sitting at 34 at the moment. And also we look at the stock market, which is in extreme fear because basically with these tariffs, it's like a black cloud at the moment, just hanging over the stock markets. And don't forget, we're very correlated to the stock markets. So obviously, if the stock market's tanks today, then obviously we could be dragged down with it as well. So just bear that one in mind. So like I said, it's all red at the moment. And like I said, we've got a lot of geopolitical issues with Iran. We've got Israel and Palestine with Hamas. And then also we've got like the Russia and Ukraine. But hopefully Ukraine are looking to have a ceasefire, a 30-day ceasefire. But at the moment, everybody's waiting to see what actually happens with Russia, if they will agree to that. So obviously, a lot of people are watching for that. But also, don't forget, we've got these tariffs with Europe, Mexico, and also with Canada and China. And now it's hitting us here in the UK as well with, obviously, aluminium and steel, which could affect, obviously, jobs in the UK, which is not going to be great for the economy. And also now we've got recession fears starting to creep in slowly. I'm not saying we're going into recession now, but there's also, we've all mixed in with all this, a little bit of recession fears, what economists are coming out with. So we've all this is looking like a bit of a black cloud over everything at the moment. We wanted alt season, we want stock markets to keep pumping. But don't forget, in the stock markets, we got like Nvidia and a lot of stocks, tech stock, which has done 10x's. So this pullback, in my opinion, is quite healthy. But it is a bit scary with what's going on at the moment. Because don't forget, today, we've got core CPI data coming out, core inflation. So this is going to be a very, very important day today. Because if we start getting an uptick in inflation, that may well put fear in the market, stock markets again, and could drag us down in crypto market as well. So we just got to bear that in mind. But on the flip side of it, if the data comes in softer, the inflation is starting to creep down again, then obviously that could be a rally towards the upside. So very, very on the fence at the moment in what's going to be happening, because obviously the information today will dictate what actually happens in the FOMC meeting with Jerome Powell next week. So we just got to bear that one in mind. So just hold tight. I know a lot of people, a lot of my friends who are investors in the stock market, the crypto market, a lot of them are like 50 or some of them are even in 100% cash. They're out the crypto market and they're out the stock market as well. They're just sitting on cash, where people like myself, my friends, we're sort of 50-50, 50 in the market, 50 out the market. So we just got to bear in mind watching out for today, because today obviously will dictate what you said about the FOMC meeting. Will we get rate cuts? People are pricing at the moment. We may get 3 rate cuts this year. Obviously, this is all data dependent. So like I said, all eyes are on today. But going on to the crypto market, we can see here, Quinton has said here, the Bitcoin cycle indicator is at the most bearish level so far this cycle. And for me personally, I did tweet it out yesterday that I am starting to nibble away at a bit of Nvidia. I've nibbled away a bit of Tesla as well. It's Tesla stock, because they're down 50%. So I thought to myself, well, why not? I'm going to buy a little bit. I bought a bit of CRO today. I've also bought a little bit of Thay as well. And Palatine, I bought a bit of that as well. So I'm nibbling away a little bit, not too much, seeing what happens today. But we've got really bullish news. Obviously, the sentence to Tommy says buying 1 million Bitcoin is the most important step for the US it's happening. So we're getting a lot of bullish news in the crypto industry, but unfortunately, because with all these tariffs, that is absolutely dictating where we're going at the moment. But obviously, what I am watching out for is obviously the Dixie. The Dixie has been absolutely coming down from its top of 109. Now we're sitting at around about that 103, coming into an area of support around there as well. But I'm also watching also the NASDAQ as well. That's also been coming down too. That's coming down. We've lost the 200 EMA. We've lost obviously the 20 and 50 EMA on the daily. We're coming down to potentially area support at 16,890. So I'm watching that very carefully as well. We can see also look at gold at the moment, because gold is obviously generally an inflation hedge. That's been obviously been making its way up to all-time highs as well. So I'm watching the gold very carefully to see what happens to that. But like I said, we've been hitting all-time high as well on that one. So I'm watching that very carefully. But I'm also watching the VIX as well, because look at that massive spike we had on there. That's brought in extra volatility. So I'm watching the VIX very carefully as well. But what I am watching out for is also looking at the big seven. I'm looking out for NVIDIA, because look at that. NVIDIA went all the way up to that $154,000, pulled back, and now we're basically coming to this area. We've lost a 200 EMA as well. Now, is there a risk that obviously today's data comes out, could be a catalyst that we could drop even further down towards the downside, or we could come to around about this region here, 101, and then maybe, depending on the data, we could actually start rallying back up to the upside and come up to this VRVPN node here, and then maybe we'll come back down, have a bit of a rally, then retrace back down again. So that's what seems to be happening at the moment. And obviously, I have DCA'd into a little bit of this, but don't forget, like Tesla at the moment, it's come down. Look at that, a whopping 50% on that one. So that's been an opportunity as well. And we can have a quick look at Bitcoin when that loads in. If we go to Bitcoin on here, let's load that one in. A bit of a cock up on this one. But yeah, anyway, Bitcoin, yeah, obviously, watching very carefully. We've lost the supply and demand zone at the moment. We've actually come down now. We've lost that 200 EMA. We've got a lot of support down here at around about that $70,000 to $68,000 mark. But if we have a look on the 4 hourly, in terms of Bitcoin at the moment, we've got that trend here. We basically just whipped down here, down to 76,000, and then we basically had a bit of a rally towards the upside. Now, what I'm watching here is this money outflow coming out on the Cypher B. We can see money flow's been coming out at the moment. So at the moment on the 4 hourly, we're very stagnant. We're basically coming sideways, obviously waiting to see what happens on the data coming out today. So watching this very, very carefully. Now, obviously, what we could do is we could come back down, retest that area $76,000 and make a way back up towards the upside. But like I said, it's very likely and possibly that we could come back down and start testing those 70s area, depending what happens today. But obviously today could be on the CPI data core. We might get that, what we wanted, it comes in a bit softer and I'll have a bit of a rally towards the upside and reclaim that 200 EMA. I want us to reclaim that 200 EMA. And that. So I'm watching this, the money inflow and outflow very carefully as well. But looking at CRO as well, go to CRO when that loads in. If we could go to that one. Yeah, watching CRO at the moment, as we all know, it's just been a downtrend from where we hit that 0.2 pence. And then basically, we've just been coming down at the moment. We've hit a big bag of support down here at around about that 7 cents kind of mark. And then we basically rallied back up. So to the upside, not a big rally, but it's a bit of a bounce anyway. So, but like I said, at the moment, we had that trend and we had that rising wedge as well. We dropped below that as well. And now we're trying to basically try to battle away back up to there, try to get above that 50 and 20 EMA and get back above that 200 EMA. But obviously, Bitcoin and the stock markets is dictating what actually happens with CRO at the moment. So, obviously, it's all depending on how you feel with CRO and all your other altcoins as well. Is this an opportunity, or are you just sitting on your hands still and see what happens at the moment? But we can see on the side note, like I said, we're getting a lot of bullish news in Bitcoin, but we're also getting a lot of bullish news on Crypto.com as well. Crypto.com is suddenly one of the world's top exchanges. Its competitors can't figure out how it got there. It's not rocket science. all the investment that they have been doing in terms of the sports and also rubbing shoulders with Donald Trump. What do you expect? What do you really expect? But what we do see here as well, we can see here that obviously a lot of whales at the moment are also buying a lot of USDC as well, which is something might be happening. A lot of whales are buying. But also what I have watched out for as well, if I can find it around about here, that if we go to whale alert, and I'll go through this right now, find it, that what we can see here is, if I can find it, it is somewhere right here. There we go. We've got it right here. So we've got a massive amount of USDT going from Binance to Crypto.com. What is going on here? Let me know in the comments. Obviously, are they sort of thinking a lot of institutions are now going over to Crypto.com, and obviously money's being swapped over? Let me know what you think is going on here. But what I am watching out for, we've got the loaded lines. That's all in action now. You can get the earn. I did a video about that the other day. Obviously, loaded lines are there. Hopefully, if the market picks up, I can really see this coin actually making a big move to the upside. A lot of people are really, really excited and bullish about that as well. But also, we got MERY. MERY got listed yesterday on the Crypto.com app. Absolutely fantastic news on that. But unfortunately, what's been happening with the markets throughout the stock markets and the crypto market, it's not been a great time. We wanted really that to be listed, in my opinion, when everything was euphoric, specifically last year in 2024, when everything was really accelerating up. A lot of meme coins were making big moves. And then obviously we didn't get any listings up till now. And obviously the listing now has been in where the markets are all on the downturn. So hopefully, if you're holding MERY, this is brilliant news. And hopefully for you, that the MERY will absolutely go parabolic when the markets start to recover and we started to come out of this quantitative tightening and start coming into quantitative easing as well. But as we can see here, when we load this up as well, we can see here with massive cup here, massive handle being formed here, and we've broken out towards the upside, which is fairly bullish. So if you're holding MERY, it's looking pretty bright if we start to rally up with the crypto market and also the stock market at some point. So for me, I've got my MERY. I'm not selling it because I'm waiting for when we get better times ahead. And hopefully this will be a real catalyst to make some really big gains as well. So give us a like and get subscribe. Your support is always much appreciated. And bear in mind today, CPI core inflation coming out. Very big indeed. So yeah, a lot of volatility will be coming in as well. So I'll see you soon in the next video. Take care.